Well, here we are, ready for August 2025 numerology. Now, this monthly numerology is going to be pretty interesting. It is. First of all, I have an awesome stone for this month, but or crystal, however you want to put that. But also, there's not a ton going on astrologically speaking for the month of August, but the things that are happening are pretty big. And I don't usually cover all the aspects. I don't usually cover all the transits, but I am going to be covering a few of those this month because it's a pretty big deal. So here we go. Let's jump in with August 2025 monthly numerology. I'm Jennifer. Welcome. So August 1st, we're kicking it off square. Yeah, we're kicking off on August 1st. We have Venus square both Neptune and Saturn. Now, Neptune and Saturn are currently both in Aries, and they're pretty much conjunct, especially like as we get further into August, because what we're seeing is Saturn moves a lot quicker than Neptune. So Saturn is moving retrograde. Both planets are retrograde. Saturn is moving quickly backwards and going back over Neptune, and going to be going back into Pisces on September 1st. So it's moving quickly, just to say that. But Venus is going to be square both Saturn and Neptune on August 1st. This is going to put a lot of pressure on relationships. And it's weird. It is. You're going to feel that weirdness because Venus is in a good place as far as being in Cancer. And that's all about like that emotional relationship-y stuff, right? But Saturn and Neptune in Aries and being square Venus, it's really putting a lot of pressure on Venus. So I know there's a lot more information out there, but again, this is a numerology show, not astrology. So I just want to hit the highlights here. On the 6th, speaking of relationship pressure, we have Mars moving into Libra, and this is the detriment position for Mars. That means it's opposite the sign that it rules, so it's opposite Aries. And it's not its favorite place. This is a place where it does its least amount of good work. It's not its favorite place. Not a happy place for it. So Mars is in its detriment in Libra, and that is about relationships. It's about partnerships. So we're definitely feeling a lot of pressure on relationships and partnerships at the beginning of August. But never fear, it's okay, because Venus and Mars move fast, okay? They only stay in the same sign. Like Mars only stays in the same sign like for 2 months, and Venus is like 23 days to 2 months. So yeah, they move pretty fast. Whereas Saturn is going to stay in the same sign for like a couple of years, and Neptune 14 years. Yeah. So there you have it. Now on the 8th, Mars is going to be in opposition and opposing Saturn because he's in Aries. On the 9th, Mars is going to be opposing Neptune in Aries. Again, Mars is not doing his best work in Libra, but those oppositions, it's again adding to the pressure in our relationships, in our balance, in our energy here. Now on the 9th, we also have a full moon in Aquarius that hits its peak at 3:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the 11th, we have Mercury going direct, and thank you for that. Oh my gosh, it's been about time. So Mercury goes direct at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm so happy. It's about time. And it's perfect timing here. It's perfect timing because on the 11th, 12th, and 13th, these are great days to manifest because Jupiter and Venus are conjunct. So Jupiter is currently in Cancer, Venus is in Cancer, and Venus is going to be conjunct Jupiter definitely on the 12th, but a little bit on the 13th and a little bit on the 11th. So we're sort of bookending that. But these are great days to manifest, especially in relationships, especially when it comes to relationships. Venus is in Cancer, and it's a happy place for Venus. We love that. We do. And Jupiter is happy in Cancer. So those are really awesome things. On the 22nd, we have the Sun moving into Virgo. And on the 23rd, right behind that, we have a new moon in Virgo that hits its peak at 2:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then on the 25th, Venus has done her work in Cancer, and she's moving into Leo at 12:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So at the end of the month, we have 4 planets in fire, 3 in air, 1 in water, plus North Node, because North Node is still in Pisces, and the Sun is in the Earth sign of Virgo, with South Node. So we're looking at a lot of fire energy towards the end of the month. We have Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Aries. Gemini is housing Uranus right now. Jupiter is sitting pretty in Cancer. Venus and Mercury are in Leo. The Sun and South Node are in Virgo, like I said. Mars is in Libra. Pluto is still in Aquarius and also retrograde, and Pisces is holding down North Node. So there you have it for the astrology of the month. Now, I want to talk about this crystal. Oh my gosh. It is Larimar. Now, I do not have that many examples of Larimar because I wasn't thinking, and I put them in my booth and I sold them. So that's fine. It's fine. But I do have a few pieces, and I'll show them to you on the big camera, the overhead camera, in just a second. Larimar is such a wonderful, wonderful stone because this is a lot of feminine energy, okay? It's a lot of feminine energy. It's a stone of compassion and love. It helps us to leave the past behind and move forward without any shame or guilt. This is a powerful symbol of the divine feminine. It's a great stone for new mothers or pregnant women because I gotta tell you, as a new mom or a pregnant woman, you're just like, oh my gosh, what have I got myself into? Yeah. So it's a really great stone for comforting people who are struggling, especially new moms or expectant moms. Yeah, but it's a great stone for people who are struggling because this stone does encourage a lot of self-care. It's that loving feminine comfort that you're looking for when you're struggling. This stone encourages creativity, positive problem solving, and meditating with this stone helps us find balance with work and our personal life. It is a very relaxing, comforting stone, helping us to find peace and happiness with our emotions. Now, I say all this, most of this information came from wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. Moonrise crystals. I want to double check. Hold on. It is. It's moonrisecrystals.com. Now, I looked at a lot of different websites. I looked at my books. They're all pretty much the same because it's not like it's not like the stone is going to change all that much overnight. But this is such a beautiful, beautiful stone. It's so wonderful. It's got these beautiful, sort of brown veins through it and white, but it's a light blue stone, and I was hoping it would be more in focus. I'm so sorry. There we go. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous stone. So I highly recommend it. I felt like this was a great time just because of the placements of Venus. And, with all this pressure on relationships that are happening at the beginning of August, and you know, again, that's unpleasant. But all these pressure on relationships and Mars being in Libra, a lot of stuff is happening. A lot of stuff is shaking out. So I just thought this would be a really fantastic stone for this month. Help us take care of ourselves. Help us use a little self-care. Bring in that compassion, that love that we need, not only for ourselves, but for others. And really to help us continue to move forward. With all these retrogrades that we've got going on, it is a time for us to review, rework, reassess, you know, reevaluate, all the words. So we've got 4 planets in retrograde pretty consistently through the end of the year. Different planets at different times, but yeah, it's a pretty consistent 4 planet retrograde for throughout the year. So just letting you know that. Now, but moonrisecrystals.com, that was it. That one had like the most positive, and like everything that was said in the other books that I have and the other websites I looked at, they pretty much like wrapped it up in a nutshell. Really liked them for it. All right, so today I'm going to be using the usual suspects cards, Moonology Oracle cards, and the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck, which, you know, I love this. It's Mercury retrograde. Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. Wow. Yeah, there we go. And it's the ones that I use like every month, you know, unless I'm using a bonus card. But I know we're supposed to have like a partial eclipse in August, but the real solar and lunar eclipses are in September. So I have read about some of those things. I just want to get ahead of that before I, you know, go forward. All right, now let's get into your personal numerology for your life path number and see what we have for you for the month of August. Oh my gosh, I still can't believe it's August already. Yeah. Hello, Life Path 22. Well, August for us, I'm in this club with you. August for us is a 3-month, and this is going to be a little bit half sweet, half acid sort of thing for August. Just letting you know. First, we have Mercury in retrograde until the 11th. Now, the 3 vibration is all about communication, and that's gonna be a little bit like cloudy until Mercury goes direct. It's not gonna be a little bit cloudy. Communication has been all messed up because not only is Mercury retrograde, but Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto are right now, and with this whole square, with Venus being square Saturn and Neptune at the beginning of the month, communication and relationships are just going to be cattywankered all over the place until about the 11th. Then Mercury is going to go direct, and Venus is going to be conjunct Jupiter, and things are really, really going to lighten up. But let me tell you, the vibration of the 3 is going to be a little tough for us to take this month because of that communication of thoughts and emotions that is the vibration of the 3, and because the vibration of the 3 is also about family ups and downs. So that's bringing in the Venus component. Super fun, right? Luckily, the 3 is also about self-expression. The vibration of the 3 is very artistic, it's very creative, it's very imaginative, and it really does help with that self-expression. The self-expression, it can be anything: art, writing, giving speeches, music. It's any kind of self-expression. That's the wonderful thing about being in a 3 vibration. That was a lot of alliteration and I just like messed it up. But that's the wonderful thing about being in a 3 vibration. It really is that self-expression. This is also a very cheerful vibration. Yeah, it's very cheerful. So here's a little like, I guess, PSA, whatever you want to say, a disclosure that I tell everybody when they're in the vibration of a 3. And I also remind people that have a life path 3, I remind them of this. Freedom of thoughts and speech does not give you the right, and it should not cause injury to others. All right? So just bear that in mind. The mantra of the 3, very important here, is I am creativity and vibrant expression, sharing my authentic voice freely. Now, during this Mercury retrograde, share your authentic voice freely, 100%. But let's be really super tactful about it. Because communication there's a lot of communication breakdowns during Mercury retrograde. Really. The shadow side of the 3 is judging the self and others too harshly. Yeah, because when we start judging ourselves so harshly, it overflows into other people. That's a big deal. Unable to speak or communicate your truth, unable to speak or communicate openly, which leads us to being pessimistic, gossipy, and exaggerating a whole lot. So we really, really need to watch that during the vibration of the 3. The lesson of the 3 is communicating emotions openly and letting go of judgments of the self and others. Yeah, it does really line up with that shadow side, doesn't it? I mean, ours does too. It really does. Because our mantra, let's just go over some of these things. I know I remind you of them every month. But the mantra of the 22 is, I ignite the torch of discovery and healing within my world. Because that's what you are. That's what we are, is a healer. We're here to be a counselor, to help build and strengthen relationships. And again, with Venus feeling under pressure, with this square happening, it's difficult to be an arbitrator. It's difficult to sit back and be that mediator that we generally are, helping build and strengthen relationships. The thing is, we are highly intuitive, and that's something that we need to bring in during this time. That is definitely something that we need to embrace and spend some time with. And it's really going to help us to spend some time in nature with all of this stuff happening with Venus and Mercury until the middle of the month when Venus is conjunct Jupiter. Spending time in nature is definitely going to be helpful to us. The lesson of the 22 is to push through procrastination and feelings of overwhelmment in order to embrace our true life's purpose. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of times in August that we're going to feel overwhelmed. We're going to feel like there's too many problems to solve. We're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I just can't do this. And we're going to want to give up. This is not the time for that. Understand those feelings. Accept those feelings. Don't exaggerate. Don't get pessimistic. What is wrong with me? Don't get pessimistic. Just work through it. Okay? Don't procrastinate. Don't get overwhelmed. Just one step at a time. It's going to be all right. It is. It's going to be okay. And if it's not okay, it's not the end. All right, Life Path 22. Let's see what kind of cards we have for you. For us. I'm with you. Very excited about this. This isn't the easiest month, but I think we're going to come out okay. Yeah. I think we're going to come out okay. Being optimistic. And we're not even in August yet. I'm just trying to be optimistic. Yeah. Ooh, Coventina purification. Love that. It's time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. Well, I do like that. I mean, you know what? That's kind of interesting because I'm lining up for a detox in August. That's lining up really nicely here. I wonder if that's self-expression. Could be, right? Well, it's definitely healing, and that is like who we are. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Oh, I love that. I also love that those cards match. Yeah, I know. I'm a lot of fun like that. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. This card suggests a rebirth, which is what this entire year is about, by the way, because that's the 9 energy. Think of your situation as a phoenix that's rising from the ashes as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. It might be a little dark. It almost certainly won't be rainbows and unicorns. Well, yeah. But it will be deep and transforming. This card also suggests that if you know you are magical, then this is the time to work on your magic. It can also herald the start of a sexier time. If you've been experiencing something of a drought, and emotional intimacy is also on the menu. And emotional intimacy is also on the menu. Scorpio is the sign that likes to go deep into the body, mind, and spirit. So when we see this card and it comes up, there's nothing superficial about what's coming your way. So have some sexy time. I kind of like that. Maybe it's a Justin Timberlake vibe without being like weird like he's been lately. And we're going to bring sexy back. Thank you so much for joining me today, Life Path 22. If you haven't already done so, please help me out by subscribing to the channel. I do appreciate your support on my channel, and subscribing does help me out. It really does. So thank you so much for being here and watching my videos. And again, I mean, just supporting my channel. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out the mid-month check-in that I do for numerology. But, you know, reading the tarot cards for your numerology for the month. It's a little fun. I have just totally forgot my train of thought. Oh my gosh. Not Mercury retrograde, really. But I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month of August. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.